It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Sunday, the 5th of January. I'm Michael Groff. We are in the midst of a pattern change out here across the Southwest, and that's resulting in temperatures gradually lowering, and we will see some moisture increasing eventually, and that could lead to some rain chances and some higher elevation snow. The question is, will we see any precipitation here in Phoenix? And another concern is, how cold will temperatures get around here? Afternoon highs could very well go below average on a few days, especially in the middle and latter part of the upcoming week. And those overnight lows might get kind of chilly too. In fact, we could even be flirting with the freezing mark in some spots. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. We'll talk about that and everything else going on too as we dive on in. First, the almanac from yesterday, 73 degrees, the afternoon high, 47 the morning low, 66 and 45 are the averages for this time of year. Looking outside right now after 7 a.m., sun preparing to rise over the valley, and we're sitting at 46 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points 21, humidity 36%, the winds are light, the barometer is rising. Satellite picture out here across the west. We've got a system making its way toward the Pacific Northwest coast. That'll be a weather feature that we will be watching here across the Southwest eventually. We've got a winter storm out across the plain states. Between that, a northwesterly flow. Some high clouds are moving across central and northern Arizona, but they should stay mainly away from us for now. All right, here's the watch warning map, and it is a mess for the plains and heading out toward the Ohio Valley and ultimately the middle Atlantic coast. We've got ice storm warnings for parts of southeast Missouri and moving into a good portion of western Kentucky, extreme southern Illinois, and Indiana. Yeah, we could really be seeing some significant ice accumulation parts of, so right there around Cape Girardeau up toward Evansville, Indiana. Further to the west, those are blizzard warnings across parts of Kansas, spilling toward Missouri. You've got Wichita, Topeka, Kansas City in that blizzard warning. You've got winter storm warnings all along that zone there from Kansas, Missouri, eastward through Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, and into Pennsylvania and the Virginias ultimately. Again, they could be seeing some decent snows there. And when we talk about decent snow, this is what we're looking at here. This is coming off the national blend of models. Again, anywhere from a foot to a foot and a half of snow for parts of Kansas and Missouri, even further east, maybe just under 1 foot. Some of those same areas we've been talking about for days now, south of St. Louis, over towards Springfield and Indianapolis, Louisville, Cincinnati, Ohio, getting in on the snow there. Columbus, Pittsburgh, pretty good amount of snow there. And again, over toward the Virginias and even Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, going to get a decent amount of snow out of all this. This runs through, by the way, midnight Central Time Wednesday morning, 1 a.m. Eastern Time Wednesday. So that's good. But here's kind of where it even gets more treacherous, and that's just south of that main heavy snow band. We have that potential of freezing rain. And this is the total ice accumulation, again, through that same time, midnight Central Time Wednesday. So from now till then, we've got ice accumulations that could be significant from, again, southeast Missouri, parts of much of Kentucky, actually, even southern Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, and even into the Virginias. Now, again, when we look at this map, sometimes it's very deceptive. People go, a tenth of an inch, that's not a lot. But for ice accumulation, a tenth of an inch is significant. That's meaningful. That doesn't just make for slippery sidewalks and the stairs and your porch. I mean, that weighs down trees and power lines, and so we could really have a big problem here with significant utility disruptions, and this could be a pretty high impact event, obviously, with traffic and all of that. So it is no doubt going to be a travel nightmare for the next couple of days in those areas. All right, and then the other hazard that we have to contend with from this storm system is further to the south and east, and that is severe weather. This is the convective outlook. You've got that level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk over a good portion of Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. All modes of severe weather will be possible there, but really the broader severe weather risk from East Texas all the way into Alabama and parts of the Florida Panhandle, as a QLCS, a quasi-linear convective system, looks to develop with this. And the main impact from that is going to be strong, damaging straight-line winds, but obviously we could see large hail and a few tornadoes. And so that's, be weather aware if you're in those areas today and tonight. All right. Now, closer to home, here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through next Sunday morning. Rain amounts in Phoenix. We might actually get some measurable rain, albeit not much if we see anything at all. Maybe just a few hundredths of an inch. But again, as has been talked about ad nauseum here, we are 136 consecutive days now without measurable rain in Phoenix. And so anything would break that up. Yes, obviously, that's not going to have any impact on the drought conditions. But we will see at least slightly more precipitation for parts of northern and eastern Arizona, along the rim, the eastern mountains, the White Mountains, southeast Arizona, and along the international border. But even there, again, this is not a drought buster type thing, but it's something, an area that is just desperate for precipitation. And this does signal a broader pattern change, and of course, we will talk about that, plus a lot of forecast uncertainty right now as we get to the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run. It's valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Got that wave moving out across the plain states. Again, that's where all the big travel nightmares and all the hazardous weather will be found with that feature. For us, a dry northwesterly flow, but the heights are down a little bit. So what that's going to translate to down at the surface for the rest of the day today, sunny sky, not quite as warm as we've been in recent days, highs upper 60s, low 70s. Tonight, clear sky, we'll drop into the mid and upper 30s in the coldest valley locations. Most of us should be in the 40s. And then tomorrow, it's more the same, really. Sunny sky, highs anywhere from about 68 to 72. Now, on Tuesday, the weather pattern starts to really change here. We've got this trough that's diving southward, pretty much due south, southeast across the west. And it should close off into an upper low during the day on Tuesday and into Tuesday night across Nevada and Southern California, eventually dropping into northern Baja. Now, as that happens, we'll start the day out mostly sunny. We'll turn partly sunny late in the day. Breezes start to pick up. It'll get downright windy and rather windy at that across the Mojave Desert, parts of Southern California, northern Arizona. Certainly, we could see some wind gusts 45 plus miles an hour up there. For us, breezy conditions will pick up. Not quite wind advisory criteria, but certainly breezy. And high temperatures, will probably hold in the mid to upper 60s for the day on Tuesday. Now, by Tuesday night and into the wee hours of the morning on Wednesday, as that low continues to drop south again across Southern California, northern Baja, some moisture and enough dynamic support will be present for at least scattered showers across northern and eastern Arizona. And of course, the higher elevations that will come down in the form of snow, places like Flagstaff and maybe down to Payson. And then, of course, lower elevations across southeast Arizona, scattered showers for south central Arizona, isolated to widely scattered showers. But that's the key here. This will not be a widespread precipitation event by any means. If we do see anything, again, it'll come late Tuesday night, early Wednesday here. And so we're going to pencil in about a 20 to 30% chance of rain showers here for the south central deserts, including Phoenix. Not overwhelming, not great, but it's something. We'll take it. So then, as we go into the day on Wednesday, we'll start the day out again with a slight chance of those morning showers, but right now it sure looks like this upper low is going to continue to sort of drop south and it's going to kick out fairly quickly. We still have some model solutions that want to hang this low back for a couple of days and kind of spin it around there and keep some rain chances going, but I just don't think that's the call right now. This looks like most of the precipitation by late in the day on Wednesday will focus across east central and southeast Arizona, well to the southeast of greater Phoenix. But the day on Wednesday should be cool. High temperatures only in the low to mid 60s. Yeah, we may actually be below average for the first time in quite a long time here. Now, of course, that means Thursday we'll start out with lows in the mid to upper 30s in some of the cold spots, low to mid 40s for the urban core. High temperatures, again, low to mid 60s. The sky is, I'd say, partly cloudy here. Then we'll see more sun by Friday, but still cool with northwesterly flow and a reinforcing shot of cool air coming down as another short wave maybe clips across the Four Corners in eastern Arizona. But that's not going to amount to any precipitation for us. High temperatures should top out somewhere, I'd say, again, low to mid 60s. And these overnight lows later in this forecast period with drier air coming in on the back side of these passing short waves, we could see lows getting down to the low 30s for the colder spots. So again, you're in the outlying valley areas or those higher elevations. Yeah, it's possible you may need to cover up those plants later this week. And for the first time, we've talked about that all winter. Now, I'm not looking at a widespread frost and freeze event right now, but we'll keep an eye on how this evolves. And then as we go toward Saturday, it's more the same. Highs low to mid 60s. And again, lows will be in the low 30s to about 40. So even in downtown Phoenix in the urban core, we'll probably see lows just barely making it or holding above 40. All right, let's keep going. This is a week from today, Sunday, the 12th. Much of the continental United States is, or the lower 48 anyway, is under the influence of troughing and negative height anomalies. And for us, a dry northwesterly flow would be in place. And so that looks like a continuation of cool and dry conditions, with high temperatures likely staying just a little bit below seasonal averages. And then as we go out to Monday, the 13th, how about it? We've got now another short wave is dropping in from the north and closing off into an upper low across the Great Basin. That's a feature we'll watch very carefully because as we go out 10 days, this is Tuesday, the 14th, it forms into kind of a positively tilted trough and an upper low over Southern California. And that could pull at least a little bit of moisture into the southwest for a slight chance at some showers out here. But this is 10 days out. And as we have really belabored the point here, that is out toward fantasy land. Anything is possible and a lot is likely to change between now and then. But it's an idea that's on the table. And the bigger picture that we're looking at here in terms of the overall weather pattern is below average temperatures should be present at or below average temperatures should be present here across much of Arizona for the foreseeable future. All right, checking out rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble. This goes out through the 19th of the month. And yeah, look, again, it's not overwhelming, but just under a quarter of an inch. If we get anything at all, that would be great. European ensemble, same thing. Again, not an overwhelming amount. And there's quite a few members that don't show anything at all, but we could at least see some rain enough to measure, and that would at least break our dry streak. Again, this is still not a pattern that's really going to produce robust precipitation for us, at least not yet. And then temperatures off the national blended models. Again, for the most part, if we take these at face value, this is pretty much at or close to, at least on the NBM here, it's actually a little above average. Deterministic modeling has been coming in cooler than these values. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out. But either way, we don't see any substantially warmer temperatures. We're certainly not seeing that pattern that looked like it was going to come to fruition about a week ago with well above average temps. In fact, highs near seasonal averages through at least much of mid and maybe even into late January. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video, it's due back here tomorrow morning. And if you enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make those monetary contributions. Or you can donate directly via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It is groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. All right, the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Be sure to check out her blogs, her videos, everything Michelle related. It's all linked up down in the description. Yes, check out Sweet Child, check out everything. Yes, not only Michelle related, but of course, tangentially Adriana related. It's all linked up down there. Also, our streaming station available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that. It's a great station. It's the most chaotic mix of music you'll ever hear. And of course, people want to know what we play over there. What do you guys do? Well, we do stuff like this. And so that's all I can play because otherwise we get demonetized. There you go. All right. Thank you so much for watching. All of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe. And you guys have yourselves a great rest of your Sunday.